My name is Hiroshi Tanaka, and I live on Dejima, a small man-made island in the Nagasaki Bay. Here, in 1750, Dejima is Japan's only connection to the outside Western world. I am an interpreter and trader working with Flemish-speaking merchants from the Dutch East India Company. They live here under strict Japanese surveillance, and my job is to make sure communication between them and the shogunate stays clear and controlled. Before sunrise, I am already working through papers that need translation, shipping inventories, trade agreements, medical notes, Flemish letters, and official Japanese documents. Because the Flemish merchants cannot speak Japanese, and most Japanese officials cannot understand Flemish, every exchange depends upon my accuracy. If I mistranslate even a single term, negotiations can collapse, or the authorities may suspect smuggling. Here, on Dejima, mistakes are not just errors, they are political problems. We trade items of great value: silk, sugar, porcelain, medicines, rare books, and even sometimes European curiosities few people in Japan have ever seen. Every object is monitored. Nothing enters Japan until it is examined, and nothing leaves Dejima without the correct permits. I help organize these exchanges, explaining Flemish inventories to Japanese officials and Japanese regulations to the Dutch merchants. If either side feels misled, conflict can follow. Dejima may be small, but the tension is constant and bubbling. Living here is unusual. The island is only a few hundred feet across. Flemish merchants cannot step beyond its borders, and even I, as an interpreter, must request permission to leave the island. Sometimes it feels less like a community and more like a political laboratory, a place where two worlds meet but are never allowed to fully mix. Still, after years of working here, I understand Flemish jokes, their eating habits, their manners, and even their frustrations with the Japanese. But I must be careful. If I grow too close to the merchants, the authorities will notice. If I seem unfriendly or rigid, the merchants may refuse to cooperate. Every day, I balance loyalty, professionalism, and caution in order to keep tensions low. Dejima is more than a trading post. It is Japan's gateway to European knowledge and culture. The Flemish Dutch people bring books on medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and geography. Sometimes I translate sections of these texts for Japanese scholars. A few doctors in Nagasaki use Flemish medical books to learn new techniques. It is strange to think that such a tiny island can influence the scientific future of our country. Yet, even with all of this knowledge around me, my movements, my conversations, and even my friendships remain restricted and monitored by the government. So this is my life, a middle-aged interpreter walking constantly between the Flemish-speaking Dutch Europeans and the strict policies of the Tokugawa shogunate. I translate words, but I also translate words. I understand the political risks, cultural boundaries, and delicate balance that keeps Dejima functioning. My name is Hiroshi Tanaka, and this is Daily Life on Dejima, Japan's only window to the world in 1750.